Ford will be able to group up another line and come get him.
You got Colin Braun right now running in the 3rd spot. He maybe would be able to pull out in that line.
Looks like
get around that 30. Looks like he thought about it.
Matt Craftsman ducks to the outside back there in the back of the pack. Here's 3 wide. Eric Darnell on the outside. Johnny Benson on the inside of that line. And there's the 81 of Landon Castle right in the middle.
Yeah, Johnny Benson came by that last time in the 14th position. He's got Hornaday up in 3rd right now. He's got to keep his eye on that.
Eric Darnell needs help. He's on the outside and he's got nobody behind him. He's got a strong truck, but if he doesn't have somebody to work with, he's not going to be able to get to the front.
Remember, he was on the 3rd line. He made it 4 wide for just a moment. Almost looked like he was dead even with those guys at the start-finish line. That last lap, he came by 18th.
Yeah, that just wasn't a good move. He didn't have the momentum to make it 4 wide, and he just tried to jump out there, probably just thinking, I'm Superman. I'm 3 wide. I'm going to be 4 wide.
I had to pole. I know I've got a fast truck, but it didn't work. That air is so tricky.
Right now, it is the 51 of Kyle Busch looking to add another win to his amazing season.
Another one of those fast forwards right there, Phil. John West Townley right behind Brian Scott trying to make that 2nd lane.
Yeah, it looked like that 16 of Brian Scott was holding up for John West over there at the other end of the racetrack.
And John West is a little bit dicey there, trying to figure out how to push that truck up toward the lead. Doesn't want to get too aggressive. He understands the fact that he can cause a big crash, so he doesn't want to be too aggressive, but it's getting late. He knows he's got to go.
Adam Alexander, what's happening on pit road?
Well, you got to point out about John West Townley and the situation he is in. You know, earlier today, he got away with an accident here at Talladega. He spun coming onto pit road. Not often you get a second chance at a place like this. This youngster making the best of it. What could have been a DNF could be a top 10. He's running 7th as we speak. Kristen?
Conway freight truck goes sideways. It's Colin Braun gets turned around. The 15 of John Andretti spins as well. And so the caution comes out now for the 3rd or 4th time today.
The 6 blew a left rear tire, I believe. I thought I saw a tire coming off the 6. Yeah, you see the tire's flat.
Yeah, we were watching that onboard camera shot. He just turned sideways.
In front of you, got to go to the
Looks
rear
like,
anyway.
See Mike Bean tell him just come on down pit road. There's John Andretti. You heard Colin Braun say, blew a tire, blew a tire.
But, man, Phil, how fortunate are we to have one of the lead trucks blow a tire and the thing shoots to the inside and other trucks aren't collected. That's just great.
That is amazing. We had 3 trucks that actually spun in that area. Take another look.
Watch the inside now. He's side by side with the 16 of Brian Scott. And then all of a sudden, bam, the tire goes down. Around he goes. You see the carcass flying off. And John Andretti was just caught by the back end of that Conway Ford.
What a great job of driving those trucks did there to avoid that.
They did a fantastic job, and how lucky are we that truck of Colin Braun didn't slide more up into the oncoming traffic.
Look at what those guys are looking at. They see nothing.
They don't know what's going to happen. They go into smoke and hope it's clear.
Here's Mike Wallace right here. He's following John West Townley. You see on the inside, that's the view we were looking at. You see that tire fly off that car or truck. This is John West Townley's onboard camera. Watch the left rear of that Conway truck right there. He's sideways. The tire is just about off the wheel right then before the truck is even completely sideways.
Great break for some of those guys that were stuck up on the outside, couldn't make any ground. Now they're going to get their position in line, Ray. It's going to be a crazy finish.
Well, they got 4 tires on that Conway Ford and continue to talk to him, trying to tell him to be patient and not tear the fenders off that. He did a good job of getting it into the pit road here. And also they're telling Eric Darnell this thing is not over either. But I do want to let you know, Jack Roush just came down off the box and started to walk away from the pit. So I'm not sure if he's conceding already, saying they don't have a shot to win this thing. But we'll see.
He's got 3 trucks still in this racetrack right now. He's got John West Townley in 6th, Eric Darnell in 10th, and another teammate. They're not out of this thing.
I'm guessing Jack Roush is going to find a television. He's going to want to see this. The best seat in the house is right here on Speed. Stay with us. The final lap's coming up. Welcome back. Mountain Dew 250 presented on Speed by Toyota. Under 10 laps of racing to go. When they get the green flag, it'll be 7 very quick laps around this 2.66 mile super speedway. Krista, who have you caught up with?
the crew chief of the driver in the catbird seat, Kyle Busch, crew chief Richie Waters. Well, Richie, you guys were kind of sailing away, but it's Talladega, so anything can happen. Your thoughts here as we get into the closing laps with your driver?
Well, we got the best man for the job out there right now with Kyle, with his experience, with Todd behind us. And the Toyota Tundra's been pretty good all day. It's just that you got to position yourself at the end to be there so you can make a run at the end. And hopefully with Todd there, we can do something with that.
All right, that's Richie Waters, Kyle Busch's crew chief. Kyle Busch currently in the lead. Adam Alexander?
Mike Hillman Jr. calling the shots for the aforementioned Todd Bodine. So how do you like your positioning with less than 10 to go?
You know, we've been in this position many a times, and hopefully this Lumber Liquidators Toyota Tundra will go back to victory lane. You know, we've won the last 2 super speedway races from the lead, so we'll see how it's going to work here in second.
He is in the hunt going down the stretch once again, Ray.
Well, let's hear from Rick Wren. How's your Tums supply coming along today?
Well, earlier I told you I hadn't taken any, but I just took about a quarter of a bottle just then. I'll tell you what, now's the shootout. You know, we got, I don't know, 7 or 8 laps to go or whatever. It's just going to be like a Saturday night shootout right here, except it's at 180 mile an hour and 3 or 4 wide.
Does anybody say anything to Hornaday, or is it all in his hands now?
It's all up to him now. I just like to thank all the guys. I want to thank all our troops overseas for supporting what we do. And, you know, Chevrolet said they've never won a speedway race, so maybe today's the day. We'll have to wait and see.
All right, good luck to you, Rick Wren. Calling shots for Ron Hornaday. We're about ready to go back to green at Talladega.